Happy Monday. The Mariners wrapped up their best weekend of baseball all season Sunday with a 12-1 thumping of the New York Mets. Not only did the win complete a 3-game sweep of the visitors, but Seattle did so in front of a national television audience on ESPN. Especially coming through for the Mariners was Cal Raleigh.
For his 25th of the year, 2 more runs batted in, and just like that, a 1-0 game has been turned on its head. Careful for Raleigh, who's already got one. He steps in and another one. Cal Raleigh, a 3-run shot, second of the night, and he jumped on another first pitch.
Pitchers usually trying to get ahead early in the count. They don't want to fall behind, so just something I've been taught since I was, young, be ready to go first pitch. So we know that, our pitching we're heavily relying on our pitching. They're great. Our starters, we go with those guys, and our bullpen's also great. So, when we can score some runs, put some runs on the board, and, cause some chaos on the bases, things like that, it kind of sparks some offense. We know that we're a really tough team to beat, and we know that pitching wins championships, and New York Mets are a good team. You got veteran guys over there.
Luis Castillo earned the 10th win of the season for him, going 6 innings, allowing just 1 run on 9 strikeouts. Manager Scott Service proud of his club after the sweep.
Our guys showed up to that great effort, fun ball game. Certainly, like I said, a lot of excitement in the ballpark, just a great vibe, and credit to our players. We had a great series. We caught the Mets on the back end of a long road trip on the West Coast, and you got to take advantage of that. We certainly have been on the back end of long trips on the East Coast. So, again, every night I start with our pitching, and the rock was awesome. And, when that shadow starts creeping across the middle of that field here later in the season, it's really tough. It's tough to see when you got the kind of movement that Luis Castillo has with his pitches. It can be really devastating. I thought he threw the ball great. They had some traffic against him, but he made pitches to get out of it. He gave the 1 run, the only run we surrendered in this series, which is remarkable.
Seattle has an off day today before beginning a series in Detroit tomorrow against the Tigers at 3:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Well, Houston wrapped up a 3-game sweep of Boston Sunday with a 10-2 win. Astros and Mariners emerged from the weekend in a virtual tie for first place. Texas dropped to 7.5 games back with an 8-7 loss to the Yankees. The Angels beat Washington 6-4, while the A's topped Toronto 8-4. The Seahawks began the preseason schedule last Saturday on the road with a victory over the Chargers in Los Angeles. Well, the Seahawks got off to a 1-0 start down here in L.A. against the Chargers, knocking off the Bolts by a final of 16-3, and 13 of those points scored in the second quarter. Sam Howell actually looked pretty good. Geno Smith was not even a mention in this one because he is still banged up a little bit, and they wanted to get Sam Howell a good look, and boy, did he get a good look. Howell finished the game on the night 16-27 with a touchdown, and that touchdown was to Brady Russell, who finished with 3 receptions for 25 yards in the game. The Seahawks, dominated this one. The big question was about Mike McDonald's defense and how that would look, and I'll tell you, it looked pretty darn good. The time of possession advantage for the Seahawks, 39 minutes to 20, 325 yards of offense to 198, and a lot of that was garbage time down the stretch. So the Seahawks 1-0 in the preseason. They'll head to Tennessee this week to take on the Titans. In fact, take them on during the week, too. They've got a couple of practices with Tennessee before the game on Saturday. Then Seattle wraps up the preseason at home against Cleveland at Lumen Field. Again, here in L.A., good start for the campaign for Mike McDonald and the Seahawks as they get the win over the Chargers by a final of 16-3. Here at SoFi Stadium, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Seattle kicks off at Tennessee against the Titans this Saturday afternoon. That will be at 4 o'clock. The AppleSox got a brilliant pitching performance by Quincy Vassar to keep their postseason run alive with a 9-1 win over Victoria last night. The veteran southpaw out of Brewster struck out 8 while tossing a complete game for Wenatchee as Vassar helped the AppleSox force a decisive Game 3 tonight. Crowd mic is obviously picking up one of the crowd here at Paul Thomas. Infield drawn in here. with runners at second and third. Pitch swung on, a chopped off the plate high. Third baseman Fields, his only play is at first and out at first base. But an RBI for Morisaki as he drives in Larson on the play. The AppleSox lead at 1-0. Tall lefty ready. The pitch on the way. Swung on and hit hard, and that's a fair ball down the left field line. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Cam Hoyland, or Evan Cloyd, rounds third, chugging for home. The big fella crosses the plate standing, and the Sox lead at 2-0. Runners at first and second hold. Pitch swung on and lifted in the air to left center field. Going to drop down for a base hit. Grounding third and hitting for home. Here comes the throw. Going to be cut off. Standing and scoring is Castagnola. AppleSox extend the lead to 3-1. You know, I tell my wife that all the time, because I'm taller than you think, but you know the circumference kind of takes away from it. Pitch on the way, swung on, a fly ball to left center field is going to drop in for a base hit and score probably two. As the throw comes in, it's cut off, sliding hit first safely is Jonathan Fitz. The AppleSox extend the lead by 2 runs here in the 5th inning. Hoyland back and ready, pitch to him, swung on a hit hard. That's going to get through for a base hit. And they're going to try to score the run. Right fielder up with a ball, and no throw coming into the home plate area. Ball got away from the infield. Now they're going to try to score another, and he is out at home. 3-1 to count to Cam Hoyland. Back in the left-handed batter's box, pitch on the way to one. Swung
that's
on a well-hit ball to right field, and this one will go away. Cam Hoyland. You could almost tell that one off the bat.
Yeah, for sure. That was hit hard.
0-2 count. Pitch swung on and missed, and another strikeout for Quincy Vassar. That is 8 strikeouts on the night. Back to the top of the order for the MVP for the Harbor Cats this summer, Michael Crosland. 1-0 to Crosland. 1 out here, or 2 outs in the inning. Pitch on the way, swung on around to the shortstop, and they'll flip to second.
There we go.
And a complete game victory for Quincy Vassar. He goes 9 completes and gets the win, and what a job. Wenatchee and Victoria will play the deciding Game 3 tonight at 6:35. We'll have that live right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, the other North Division series also going to a Game 3 after Bellingham shut out Edmonton last night 2-0. Those two teams will meet again tonight at 6:35 at Joe Martin Field. Portland wrapped up its series with Bend with a big 16-6 victory. The Pickles will play at Corvallis for the South Division Championship Wednesday after the Knights eliminated Ridgefield last night 12-5. The winners of tonight's Wenatchee-Victoria game will play the winner of the Bells and Riverhawks. That'll be Wednesday at the highest seed for the North Division Championship. WCL Championship is set for the highest remaining seed in the tournament Friday at 6:35. Well, it's been kind of a rough week for the Columbia River 13U team from Wenatchee at the Babe Ruth World Series. After falling to Shreveville, Indiana 2-1 Friday, the team known as Greater Wenatchee in the tournament fell to the host team, Glen Allen, Virginia, yesterday 11-1. Their final game in pool play is today against North Providence Smithfield, Rhode Island. Meanwhile, the Wenatchee All-Stars went 1-1 yesterday in their first day of the Cal Ripken World Series in Indiana. After falling to Southeastern Kentucky 13-1, Wenatchee bounced back to beat Vincennes, Indiana 10-9. They were to face a team from Arlington, Virginia today before playing a Czechoslovakian team tomorrow in pool play. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.